Welcome back to James Lake Show. Today we are driving from Monaco to Calais, which is 12 hours. Then we have the Eurotunnel, which is an hour, and then 3 hours back to mine. I haven't been home for over a month. It's gonna be nice to be back. And look guys, this is how creative you have to get when you're packing a week's worth of stuff in a Lamborghini. Come and see this, Beaksy. So Beaksy's been my traveling companion for the last week. It's been a lovely weekend at Beaksy.
So nice.
Right, so we'll squeeze the laptop down the side there. Guys, when I say you have to be creative, it's mad. We've got hardly anything, have we, Beaksy?
Nothing. Light work for a week as well.
Light work for a week, Beaksy.
That's my suitcase. Duffel bag.
Look, it's a struggle still. And look, a trick is you get all the washing loose and you like push it around everything. Right, cool. We are in. Record us into the car as well, Beaksy. This is gonna be our home for the next 15 hours. Well, 16 hours including the tunnel. Hopefully we don't hit any traffic and hopefully we can make up a little bit of time. We'll put this behind. I get paranoid. This stuff's gonna like bend the bonnet in the way, you know? Right. The chariot awaits you.
Yay. How come this car gets a rope around it and we didn't?
Oh, because he spent like 10 times more on his car than we spent on ours.
Oh.
So maybe one day, if business goes bigger, we get a rope around our car too. Or we just go to hotels that show this car more respect, eh, Beaksy?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this seat is adjusted to Beaksy's position because yesterday we went out driving around Monaco and she was driving, which was fun. Tried to drive it up this way, didn't we?
Yeah, it was so fun.
Let's get to aircon down. Right, how long do you guess it's going to be, Beaksy?
12 hours to the border.
Okay, Eurotunnel.
That's to France, to Calais.
Ah, nah, way better.
What?
It's only 11.
Is it?
Look at that, that's nothing, really.
Yeah, that is better. 11 hours to the first stop.
Could you take these sunglasses, please?
Yeah.
By the way, guys, look how dedicated we are. It's 6:15 in the morning. So we're not messing around. And guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk some business questions. We're gonna do some Q&A on the way. In a few hours, we're gonna grab a coffee and then Beak's gonna talk business with me.
Yeah.
So any questions you guys have got for the next video, make sure you question them down below. And, right, which way is it here? Right. Yeah. Guys, we were staying on the hairpin, you know the famous hairpin in Monaco? Crazy. What a lovely hotel.
So
But yeah, guys, make sure you ask any business questions. We'll answer them in the next video. And the next point you see me... Yeah, it's up here. And the next point you see me will be when we're driving through France, answering some business questions and probably delving into some of the stuff I've done in the past. Can you look back, please, Pete?
Okay.
Good?
Yeah.
So guys, in this tunnel, last time when I was coming into Monaco, my friend revved too loud and he took his car off him for 5 days. We just started a driving holiday. We were 2 days into a 7-day trip. And it wasn't from speeding, it was from subjectivity. It was from just, it's too loud. And they took it off him. And it wasn't like, come on, I'll pay you some money. They would not allow it. His holiday was over. Ain't that mad? Just because they said it's too loud. And he says to me, and I don't know if it's true, but he says to me, he swears he wasn't revving or doing anything loud. They were just picking on him because he was covered in stickers. Who knows? That's mad, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at these tunnels. I wonder how long it would take to build through tunnels like this. Because it's like done with explosives, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Years and years, I bet. Which way do we go? Straight.
Get a nice view on the left now and we come out.
Beautiful view. I walked all up through here. Do you remember when I told you I did that walk up the mountain? I walked up all those staircases. It was through the middle here.
Wow.
Yeah, down at the back there. I walked up over the top.
Whoa, that's nice.
That's what she said.
Okay. Whoa, that's nice.
Guys, I always do, that's what she says to Beak when she does ones that are like, wow, that's good. Like as if that's what she would say with that energy.
And it's still disgusting.
It disturbs Beak.
It does, it really does.
Anyway, guys, we will see you at next point in the trip and wish us a safe drive. Over and out. Checking back in, I've got a coffee, starting to wake up. Do you know, actually, guys, I didn't realize until Ramadan just how addicted to coffee I was, because obviously you don't eat and drink during the day, and I'm sure that adds to how tired you get, but I don't normally eat in the day anyway. But without coffee, holy moly, I'm literally like falling asleep at my desk. I cannot even compute. It's like I'm like some kind of special need where I cannot activate without coffee. But do you know what I realized? I think like we're mostly addicted to coffee, so I'm probably not alone with that. And admittedly, and I'm trying to stop, I drink so much diet fizzy drinks, like 12 drinks a day. I'm not even going to mention the name of them because some of the ones I'm addicted to support this disgusting genocide. Hey, look at this. How beautiful. How crazy. And I wonder what the world looked like for that to have been created. What and when was happening for Earth to be able to pushed up or carved up by water. Like, imagine, was all this covered in ice? Was it underwater? Man, history is so crazy. And you know what, I was also just thinking, I never thought in 15 years, and this isn't some like long ass, no, this isn't some like egotistical thing. I was just thinking like the first ever road trip I did was 26 hours from Bristol to Port Vanus, because in 2010 there was that ash cow. Some of you guys are going to remember the ash cow. Do you remember the ash cow?
Yeah, I do.
So my birthday in April, I was meant to be going to Port Vanus, the flights all got cancelled, and I just got this mini John Cooper Works. It's an epic car, it's 21, sick car, crazy car, just stuck like glue around tracks. Anyway, we drove that down to Port Vanus. I remember feeling like, wow, this is so sick. I'm driving down to Spain in my brand new car, and now look, like, we're just driving around a Lamborghini all over the continent. And like, sometimes I have to pinch myself, like, it's so sick that we've even done this, but we're only a small part of the journey. Like, this is gonna keep going and going and going, but I'm just calling it. How free. Stayed at a hotel last night, could have done one night, didn't do two, and do we stop somewhere else? We're just living free. You know that song, Wanted, Dead or Alive, by John Bon Jovi? And look, I'm not listening to music, but I remember the songs. I'm saying, you know the song, John Bon Jovi, Wanted, Dead or Alive? Like, he's free and he's living on the horse. I feel like that's what we are as well, except it's a bull and it's a car. But it's just calling it. But yeah, back in the day when I did that road trip, I didn't have a business like this. I'd actually had a business just fail on me, and I was in like a dark place in a load of debt. But that was my first ever real road trip. Very, very cool. And yeah, back then, in that business, at that time, that was my bathroom business. It was my first ever business. It lasted 11 months. It went bankrupt, and I joined that business fresh out of dreams, and I thought I was the smartest kid in the world. I thought I knew everything that my bosses didn't, and I thought that I would make an absolute success. Anyway, I realized quickly that I wasn't performing as well as the manager before me. I realized business was hard, and I got humbled quick. I went bust. And like, all of my confidence had got sucked out then, because I was this jumped up little kid who was always top sales, and now I wasn't nothing, and the business went bust. And I wasn't as good as my dad, I wasn't as good as the manager who ran the store before me. And I'm like, no, mad. But do you know what I come to realize? I come to realize that everything is wisdom. And now I look around, and not in an arrogant way, in a realistic way, that I don't seem to meet people who I believe as wise as me too often. So on that basis, it's just to learn, you know? And the reason that is because, and this is not, again, being cocky, it's just being objective, we're doing so much, trying so much. I think for 35 now, I've got crazy, crazy business life experience. Life experience that most people wouldn't have by 60. And back when I was 18, I thought it was all about smarts, but it's not. Being good at business is all about try, mistake, okay, that doesn't work. Try again, mistake, okay, that doesn't work. And then in the end, you get a series of PTSD from all these different things that went wrong, and you have a rough idea of what works and what doesn't. But then you have these accomplished businessmen who'll be like, nah, he's just not a good businessman. Let me tell you this, ain't no one good or bad at business. You just learn. Everyone can do it. So yeah, very interesting. Anyway, we're gonna get into the Q&A too soon. Current 666. Right, let's get rid of that number. So currently 666 miles away from the border. Still 666. We don't need that juju, get rid of that. Still 666. Hey, Shaitan, leave. uno momento, por favor. Hey, we're in France and we're speaking French. Life is good. And we're still 666. We've been driving the speed limit. 665, all right. There's no demons in this car no more. Anyway, yeah, fact of the matter is, wisdom trumps all. I actually saw this tweet from Andrew Tate earlier, and it said, good effort and high energy and amazing confidence trumps smarts. And 100% I see that. I know loads of smart people who haven't done nothing, and I know loads of people who maybe aren't classically smart in the sense of like book smart, but they've done a lot because they believe they could. Do you know what? I actually saw this, maybe it's from quite a right-wing person. I didn't want to mention his name. I think he said, it's not because he's a bad guy, you know, but some things are like very controversial. People get moany about it. But he had said that in most cases, people who stay in higher education get dumber because they get indoctrinated into all this nonsense, which I kind of think is right. Anyway, not to digress. We will be checking back in soon, guys. 664 miles away from the border, and I look forward to seeing what time we get in. Over and out. Right, we are 381 miles away from the border. Another 170 on top of that. It's 1 minute to 12, so it's not even midday yet, and we're more than halfway between Monaco to Calais. So efficient to say the least. I don't think we've had any real big orders at work yet, but hopefully we get something, and hopefully we have a big day. But anyway, Beaksy, what questions have you got for me?
Okay, number one, 5 questions. Number 1, what inspired you to start your own business, and how did you identify your niche?
I always knew I was going to be a businessman. I think I was telling this to Beak actually a couple of days ago, that all the way through school, I viewed it as just something I needed to get through. I knew I was going to be a businessman. So like from 11 years old, I was selling chewing gums on the playground. And then I was selling jewelry, then I was selling handbags, then I was selling golf clubs at the car boot sale. So it was just a matter of time until I kept trying business until something hit, because I've been in business since 11 years old. So it wasn't about me finding a business. I always knew I'd be in business, and if my business ended today, I'd be in a new business tomorrow. I'm a free spirit. I'm not designed to work for someone. Next question.
What are some of the biggest challenges you faced in the early stages of your business, and how did you overcome them?
I went bankrupt, and for 2 reasons that was hard. Because firstly, I was out of money and I had to go back and like garner my resources. I went back to the car boot sale and I was working very hard but mainly it was the confidence thing. I thought I was going to start a business and it would work. I really thought I was super smart when I was young. And then I realized, holy shit, business is hard. I just messed it up, and it's not a given that this is going to work. So then when I went into my second business, I was scared to death that if I failed, I thought maybe I'm not a businessman, maybe I'm not cut out for this. So like I was over cautious with the cash in my second business. I had a £15,000 loan, and I basically only touched the top 3 or 4 grand. I kept like 10, 11 grand in the account at all times, because I always felt like if I committed 3 or 4 grand to stock, then I could lose that and I'd have another same again and the same again. It was like 3 lifelines. I was terrified about going bust. So that's what I learned from the mistake. Next.
How did you manage work-life balance, especially during the critical phases of your business growth?
What are you on about? Work-life balance? I don't ever do anything except for work. There is no balance. All we do is work. It never stops. So maybe at some point I'll get some balances other than work. But even right now, all I do, even if I'm not working and I'm sat by a pool like I was these last few days, I'm still working. All I do is think about work. Thinking about future plans, progress, that's it. I eat, sleep, breathe. I'm not interested in some balance where I can just go and, unless it's like love and family and hang around, but other than that, I don't need to be at a bar. I don't need to be doing some just work. All I care about is making an empire and being a good person. That's it. Next.
What role has mentorship or networking played in your entrepreneurial journey?
It gave me different perspectives. Networking is obviously important because that's going to bring like business. I know my friend who just from networking alone earned astronomically more from customers he met over the last like 12 months, which is sick. So networking, very, very big. Admittedly, I don't do enough of it. I'm very good at networking, like I can get people to love me, but I don't like talking about my business to people who aren't in my business. So I like being very separate. Like I like talking work with my colleagues, and if I'm by a pool, I don't want to talk about work with you. So I don't really get too much networking, but I know I should. What was the other part? The mentor. Mentor is important because mentor gives you a different perspective. like I said, sometimes you're going to think you're the smartest person, and then if you go back to my video about progress, that's the kind of thing that a mentor would give you. My last video talks about progress. Now, I might be thinking like, I think things are going well, and I think it's on trajectory, but you have that like bit of doubt, and you go to someone who's not in your business, a mentor, and you tell them, right, this has happened, this has happened, this has happened. Someone who's not living your business day to day will be able to say, are you chatting shit or is the progress real? Do they see the same thing? Now, obviously it's not a given, because some people aren't going to see a visionary's idea the same way as a visionary. However, like, mentoring is invaluable. You need to get mentored because you need to push your opinions against someone else so they can be forged into something different, because sometimes unless your opinion or your plan is put to the test, you won't realize the holes in it. So yeah, that's what's very good about a mentor. And I used a mentor for many years, like 6 years, but admittedly I haven't used one for a long time. I've had like religious mentors, mainly life mentors. Even though I spend most of my time working on business, most of my like mentorship and learning now is on a life and a morality basis. That's like a long digression, but hopefully that makes sense. Next question.
How do you handle failure and setbacks, and what motivates you to keep going?
Okay, so before, I didn't handle setbacks and failure very well because I viewed it as a mark against my ability. Now I see that you just got to be in the game. Sometimes there's going to be waves and you're going to have your surfboard, but if you're not in the water with your surfboard, you can never ride a wave. And now what I realize is it's my only job as a businessman to be alive in the water with a surfboard, and I keep treading water till the wave comes. Now I used to view if someone caught a wave as, that person's smarter than me, but nah. I've been in this game for 15 years now, and I've had 3 times where a huge wave has come on and we made a fortune. So now I realize that it's not really so much about how talented that person is, it's about them staying in the game. So now the long answer to the question is, I don't worry about failure. I don't view it as me being dumb, view it as smart. I view it as all about timing, all about opportunity. You've got to be in it to win it, and you've got to survive. I do not worry about failure hitting me as a person. I've had failures, I've had wins, and the people who judge me on my failures are still jealous of me. So who cares? Is that our questions?
Yeah.
Lovely questions. So we have just moved into St. George's. We are 371 miles away. We've covered like 19 miles since you've been on the phone here. I hope the speedo's not in the camera too much.
No.
Right, well, I will catch you guys later. Over and out. This is going to be the final piece of the video, Remus, where we show them the tunnel.
Okay.
It's a bit of something different to look at, you know?
Yeah.
How many times do you reckon you've done this tunnel now, Remus?
Hundreds, maybe.
Why have you done it hundreds?
Because of Almelo, because we work in Holland.
Driving back and forth here. Do you remember we used to do it every single week, Remus?
Yeah, I do, Remus.
That's good.
Every week,
Yeah. Every single week. Guys, honestly, we come here so much. Recently it's slowed down. We've spent like longer amounts of time in Holland. But this is like a second home.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to kill the video now. I'm not even going to take these guys all the way home. We'll take the vlog. Oh yeah, make sure you go to JLC TV. Check out JLC TV where we vlog our day-to-day business. There's like 67 episodes as of today for you to get on and start watching there, guys. So yeah, we'll see you later. This is it for the vlog now. Just assume we're at home. I've been driving all day long. I'm gonna eat some lovely food later. You're gonna have to imagine it because you're not gonna see it on video. It goes out now.